Hello, welcome to Outside Xbox. You're watching Show of the Week. I'm Andy, and it's September finally!
What's so great about September?
Are you kidding? I'm full of the joys of autumn, Mike.
Okay.
And pumpkin spice latte.
How many is that now?
42, I think, something like that.
No, I meant since they launched them yesterday.
So do I, Mike.
Okay, I think you've had enough of that.
I think you've had enough
Give me
of
it.
talking because, no, you just get off the pumpkin.
Fine, you can keep your coffee.
Yeah.
Have you done anything this week other than drink seasonal lattes?
Yes, Mike. I've done things other than drink seasonal lattes. Control. I played lots of Control.
Great.
Between coffee runs.
Fair warning. This is gonna be weirder than usual.
Control, Mike.
Yes.
Have you played it yet?
I have not had a chance yet.
You fool.
I was meeting some of our lovely friends in PAX
I
West
repeat,
in
ha
Seattle.
ha ha, you fool. You're missing out on Control.
All right, it's good then.
Yeah, well, we've put some videos up. Are you telling me you haven't watched those?
No.
Oh no!
There's going to be some changes around here.
Stop shooting the director.
Number one, no shooting the director.
Number two, no
No
levitating.
levitating. Oh my god. We put one video up. Jade and I playing it, and we had a
Right.
good time. We start with just the start of the game,
Okay.
where you're wandering off the street and they make you the director of the Federal Bureau of Control.
Does it start with you doing an office job?
No,
for
you just
3 weeks.
You go in, you're like, hello, I'm here to see the
a
director.
new job.
They're like, welcome, director.
Do they hand you that weird gun?
I mean, you pick it up off the corpse of the previous director. So
Oh right, is
Yeah,
that
yeah.
how they? Is that
that's
how they promote
recruit
people
dead
around there?
man's shoes.
Okay,
Just like,
fair
"Hi,
enough.
Help yourself to the gun.
Cool. So how's the first day in the job? Spooky?
Yeah, there's not many people there. The ones that are there are sort of floating ominously in John
Right.
Wick lighting.
Bad.
Yeah,
On a
like-
lunch break or just?
Just sometimes they drop out and attack you with guns.
That's not good. You're the director. You're their boss.
It's really
Sounds like a hostile work environment. to me.
really good. You like Remedy games, right?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I loved the Max Payne games. I thought Alan Wake was okay. Quantum Break was okay. So I'm ready for this to be a return to form. I'm ready for this to be the greatest Remedy game of all time.
I'm already enjoying it more than Quantum Break, and I quite
that's
liked
good.
Quantum Break.
There you go.
I am missing Aidan Gillen go, Jack! I'm the time machine, Jack! I'm the time travel! Jack! Where am I from, Jack?
This is exactly what was supposed to happen. He's me, a future version of me from 2 minutes in the future. Your evil future self.
Well, maybe he's the director.
Oh yeah, maybe at the end, Aidan Gillen.
comes out.
You're like, finally, we're going to learn who's behind all this, and the chair turns around Blofeld's eyes.
Yeah.
Like,
Chaos is a ladder.
yeah, he's like, Jesse, I've invented Control.
Shut up and bring it in.
I think a lot of it boils down to the gameplay,
Yes.
which is brilliant. So you get your Force Unleashed style powers quite early on
Yep.
in the game. So you get the telekinesis, so you can pull
Yep.
objects towards you and then hurl them at people.
And everything smashes from what I
smashes
can
into
tell.
tiny matchsticks,
Cool.
which is brilliant. But also, like when you pull something towards you, if someone's in the path between you and them, they'll get knocked over by it on the
Nice.
way out, and then knocked over by it on the way back. And
Sounds good.
great. The combat is awesome. You unlock like all these different powers, like you can dash and you can levitate,
Yeah,
and you
hover
can
around the
throw
place.
things at people, and you have different like gun forms. So in that way, it's kind of like Quantum Break in that you have the different time powers.
Yeah, it's like a tool set for
Yeah.
smashing stuff up.
But it's a lot more to do with like mobility, whereas in Quantum Break I found myself using the one where you create a time cloud, shoot a load of bullets into it, and then all those bullets hit someone. I just use that over and over again.
Yeah, I think Quantum Break was more of a cover shooter, wasn't it? Sort of.
Yeah, I mean you
And
can
this
play
seems
this
more kind of offensive.
Yeah, you
maybe.
can play this as a cover shooter, but generally it's a lot better to just keep sort of like dashing around, levitating, throwing things at people, coming back behind cover. And it reminds me quite a lot of the Force Unleashed in that
Yeah.
way, which is like a game I really enjoyed. But also like the atmosphere of the game is one of the big selling points, because you're just plonked into this massive government building and everything is so 1950s in its styling. It's all this kind of dark wood and brass and like Bakelite telephones
Yeah.
and like drinks trolleys, and everything has that sort of retro styling, but also it's full of documents that you find that sort of fill in the story of this incredibly strange
building, yeah.
building and agency that deals with these sort of like X-Files style cases of items that have crossed dimensions into our dimension and have brought sort of weird energies with them. Things like there have been sharks appearing in the building. And
Awesome.
it does that Remedy thing where it mixes live action footage with gameplay. So you'll find like a projector and you'll turn it on and there'll be a video from a guy explaining like this scientific concept, and it'll be a live action video that has Remedy have shot, but it sort of mixes seamlessly with the actual world of the game.
Come out of that Russian roulette a winner and you're it.
You find things like they've made like a kids show to try and explain the concept of the Great Black Pyramid to children.
Right.
It's a sort of like puppet show. It's like, what's a pyramid? And then it's like sort of like a dial-up modem sound coming out of the mouth of them.
Amazing.
It's just like, it's so weird and surreal, but it all makes sense within the world of Control. It also feels like it fits.
I'm drawing the pyramid. The what? The pyramid.
What's a pyramid?
Yeah, I did play a tiny bit at E3, and I found that you meet the janitor, and he's like really creepy, and he's using a lot of like idioms or analogies and things that don't really work in English, and we were trying to work out whether they were real analogies or not. And it turns out some of them are like actual sort of Finnish sayings and things, but they just sound so strange when they're translated.
Yeah, one of my favourite ones is, you think there's a dog buried in this?
It's like, what?
It's like, I get what that means, but it's such a unique way of phrasing it. I like it.
So that added to that kind of atmosphere of weirdness and sort of and strangeness.
There be work for the axe. Take them behind the sauna, jumalauta.
I don't want to talk like too much more about the game really, because I think it's something that people should experience firsthand, because it's one of the great joys of the game is just exploring. They call it the oldest house, the building that it all takes place in, and as you go through the game, you unlock new parts of the building, and you unlock elevators that will take you to different floors, which all deal with different things, like the research and development floor, like the maintenance sector, and they've all got different sort of weird backstories there, and their previous directors have all become like changed by this like weird energy that's overtaken the building. So yeah, I don't want to get too much into it, just to say that I'm really having an excellent time with it. It's very engrossing, and the actual minute-to-minute gameplay is incredibly satisfying. The shooting and the throwing things at people and the moving around. And to be honest, I kind of wish I was playing it right now instead of talking about Control, which is, I think, probably the highest
compliment you can pay.
I can give it at the moment.
I heard it's quite low budget compared to other Remedy stuff, because obviously like Alan Wake was a big sort of Microsoft funded exclusive.
Well, they have that TV show.
Same with Quantum Break. So I've heard this is kind of scaled back. Does it feel like low budget, or does it feel like...
No, it feels very polished and slick, actually. It looks gorgeous. And there's so much detail. Like, the thing that has really struck me going around is how much writing there is in it. Like every surface has got like a file on it, which has got like a sort of 250 words, like little bit of flavor text. They've really put a lot of thought and effort into it. So no, I didn't. If you told me it cost the same as Quantum Break, I would believe you.
That's cool.
It's good.
And Remedy love their world building and their sort of, and their writing essentially, whether it's writing for a kind of scripted story or whether it's writing the kind of flavor text that's dotted around the world. So.
You can't let this happen! You can't let this happen. You can't let this happen.
And yeah, if only all organisations recruited their new directors, I just have you
pick up their gun off their
wander
corpse.
and just become director of the company. I mean,
just for the record, that's not how it works at Outside Xbox, so please don't assume that you can just come and murder us and then take our jobs. I mean, that's not how it works.
We do have that new director though. How did they get the job?
Oh no.
He's still alive, it's fine. Still got corporeal form.
Yeah, for now.
I was worried there for a second. I still think it's a weird way to recruit a new boss.
What, you mean letting the first mysterious stranger who wanders in off the street do it?
Yeah, seriously.
No, not really. I mean, that's how we got the Outside Xbox director.
Well, since when have we had a director?
Since always, Andy.
Have we?
Yeah, in the office at the end of the hall.
There's no office at the end of the hall.
Sure there is, look, see?
Wait, how long has that been there?
Since before the time memory began, I think.
So is that who I talked to about getting a pumpkin spice latte dispenser in the office?
Yes, but after the YouTube comments.
All right, fine.
This will happen to all of you. You don't stop your floating. I'm going to shoot him
Shoot
in
him
the
down.
foot because maybe it'll help. Oh, I guess not.
Didn't help.
Oh, it didn't help, Andy.
All right, fine.
Speaking of Control,
Yep.
there's some more Control.
Good.
We played it at the beginning
Can't
of
get
the
enough
week.
of control right now, so all the control, please.
First comment from Lonely Soul Searcher. Wish they jumped off the balcony at the start. I did that for about 10 minutes over and over before actually playing the game. Now, Andy, when I put that comment in the script,
Sure.
I made a mental note to go and find out what happens
If you jump off
when
the
you
balcony.
jump off the balcony.
And did you do that?
No.
No. Okay.
So,
Well, I imagine.
speculate on what happens,
I don't
and then
think-
I'll go and do it after we've recorded
Sure.
this, and then we'll know, or then you'll know.
Well, there isn't fall damage in Control as far as I can tell, so I think you probably just jump off the balcony. But I do like the idea that Remedy spent years putting together this incredible video game. And then someone's like, "Wee, you can jump off a balcony, this game's amazing." You're like,
No.
"You can do other things."
I love it, but I think you're wrong.
What?
And I say this as someone with absolutely no reference or experience.
You think something
or-
happens?
Yeah, I think there's probably some spooky thing where it's like you jump and land back where you started, like some
Okay.
non-Euclidean spooky geometric thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
All
Why
right,
am I
well,
even speculating on this when I didn't go and do it and find out what happens?
I think that.
All right,
it's-
let's take bets on what happens. I
Okay.
think so. It's the balcony where you run up and then you're in the lobby of the Federal
Yeah.
Bureau of Control.
With all the paintings along the back wall.
And you look at the paintings on the back wall, and you go around, you meet the janitor, and then there's an elevator where there used to be a painting, and we're like, "Ooh, spooky! The office has moved around, it's shifted." And the commenter, Lonely Soul Searcher, is like, "I jumped off the sort of balcony back into the
10 minutes. Actually,
the
if it's
lobby
10
for
minutes,
If
something
it's 10
must
minutes,
have
something.
happened.
Yeah, thank you.
Something must
I'm glad
have
you're on board with my theory now, which is where something spooky and exciting happens.
I like the idea that they just haven't played a video game before and they're like, you can jump off balconies.
All right, so Andy's money,
Wow.
Andy's £50 is on
Whoa,
nothing
that
else.
was
And mine is on something spooky and non-Euclidean happens.
All right, well, okay, here's
And
the
here's the
clip that we haven't got yet, so we can't react to it, but here it is. All right, well, that was the clip. We don't know what it was, but let's just keep this comments train rolling. What's the next one, Jane?
And you and I will be watching this back on Friday evening, and then you can give me
With a
£50.
glass of wine. And yeah, all right,
and
fine.
50 crisp pounds in my hands.
Fine.
Right, good. Another comment. Derek Burrow on Twitter says, the environment is so beautifully destructible. Also, the FBC has the flimsiest of desks possible.
Oh, I love this so much.
It's that flat pack
Control.
furniture, isn't it?
But once you get the telekinesis ability and
Yeah.
you just pull things towards you, they just everything it goes
Splinters
past
immediately,
explodes
yeah.
into a cloud of splinters. You throw it, everything it hits explodes
Also,
into a cloud of
I
splinters.
think even when you get the dash ability, which isn't like a
Oh,
telekinetic
yeah.
throw, but if you dash near something, it feels like it explodes in a bunch of splinters.
So you can just like go through an office and all the paper goes
yeah, it's like
everywhere.
little vortices of papers spinning around.
It's so good. It makes you feel so powerful.
Yeah.
Just like all your abilities, everything is just wrecked. Every room I go into, I just wreck.
Very satisfying. Another comment in a similar vein.
Yes.
Katie Penkert says, what if the entire game is just one long interview for the position of janitor's assistant?
I like it.
I think
As
you've
a
nailed
theory.
it, Katie.
Yeah,
I mean,
think
neither of us have finished the game yet.
no.
It's ongoing. There'll be more episodes to come.
Nothing has happened that would disprove that theory so far.
It's all consistent with
So,
Katie's theory.
Yeah, and also it's
get
exactly
to
the
the
sort
end
of
of the
thing that
game
Artie
and-
the janitor would do.
He might have
Maybe it's-
orchestrated this entire interview.
It's all a VR.
And then at the end,
holodeck.
Sam Lake, live action Sam Lake, steps forward and says, well done, you're now the Remedy janitor.
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
to Finland.
You
work
have to
for
come
us
to Finland now. Your playing of this game constitutes a digital contract.
Yeah.
And yeah, you take off your VR helmet
Okay.
and it's like you're in Remedy's office in Finland.
You were in
It's
Remedy's
like,
office all along.
well done.
Okay.
And then they
Wait.
have some sort of,
Does that mean everyone becomes the janitor, or?
needs a lot of cleaning, that office.
Okay.
So, I mean, it sold a lot of copies, I think. So it's gonna be a one clean office with all those janitors. Then they'll say something like a really charming Finnish idiom.
Yeah.
They'll say,
you'll
"Well
be fine
done,
with it."
you passed that interview like a dog on a skateboard." or something.
You know that classic
Yeah, the
old
classic
Finnish
idiom.
phrase.
Perkin.
I expect there'll be some good twist at the end.
Oh, definitely.
Let's not spoil it, even
Yeah.
accidentally, but I
Yeah.
reckon there's some
Keep
good
the comments
meta
free of
story.
spoilers, friends, because people are still playing it.
Yeah.
But,
Spoiler-free zone.
Yeah, you know how
No
Remedy
spoils.
be. You know how they be. I'm just waiting for Sam Lake to turn up because he hasn't yet, and you know he's gonna.
You're really hankering after that cameo.
Yeah.
Where's
Gonna
my
happen.
Sam?
There's Sam Lake. He is great.
Andy, what is happening?
It's some kind of circus, I think, like a fun clown. Yeah.
Okay. I love clowns.
Yeah, right. It'll be a good time.
Do you want to go see the clown?
See the funny clown. Yeah.
Let's go see the funny clown.
All right.
Something a little bit different for you now, and for you, Andy. Something a bit different for you.
Something a bit different from
You
my
may
normal
recall
nice life.
a nightmarish experience
I remember you made me
recently had,
Get menaced by a clown in a sewer.
where we were menaced by a clown in a sewer.
Come to the sewers, Andy, you said.
It'll be fun, I said. And you said, no, Andy. You said, no, Jane, it's a sewers. It
Yeah,
won't
it's
be
a
fun.
sewers and there'll be a clown there.
Link hands maybe, and look, if you get lost, just don't worry. Use the garbage around, everything around.
So we went to an immersive walkthrough horror experience in collaboration with It Chapter 2.
Yeah.
So it was a sort of fun, housey, sewersy,
It started out as a fun
dairy-themed
house.
horror thing.
Well, Jane, we've made it to the...
I got a balloon.
You got a balloon.
And now we're going to go into the fun house.
That's...
Look at that wholesome fun house.
I mean, what could be more fun?
Full of wholesome
Then,
fun clowns.
Yeah, let's just take a
Let's
look at
go.
this. I mean, what could go wrong?
It started as a fun house,
We played
yes.
carnival games.
We played a carnival game or two.
We did the thing where we did the one where you hook a duck.
Turns out it's quite difficult, actually.
It's quite difficult, but
Yeah,
we both did
forgot
it.
about that,
We
yeah.
both got ducks.
We won fun house tickets.
One fun house tickets.
Yeah.
Then we did the one where you have to shoot a water pistol into a clown's mouth and it inflates a balloon. And I
And
don't
then
know how that
it
works.
makes a bang louder than Concorde breaking the sound barrier.
I think maybe the scariest thing in the entire experience was that
jumping
balloon
at balloons.
bursting.
And
Yeah.
then this happened.
Jane?
Oh no! Oh you! It's you,
It's me,
Andy!
I'm fine.
Oh no!
You're fine. It's okay. It's okay.
So that was fun and also not video gamey per se,
No.
except it was like living a clown-themed survival horror game.
Yeah,
I would say.
not on my bucket list up to this point, but it was actually really well done. It was probably the best.
That's how your bucket list kind of ends.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah,
getting
exactly.
got by a clown in a sewer.
Yeah. But it was probably the
Yeah.
most impressive one of these sort of walkthrough horror
It was
things I've done.
extremely well executed. Yeah, if it was like video game level design, it would be bang on. Extremely clever.
There was a bit, we don't have footage of this, we weren't allowed to film, but we were in a room full of balloons and we had to walk through it while a terrifying child chased us and the lights kept going.
Yeah, there's
So-
actually there's a bunch of stuff that we couldn't film that was very good
Yeah,
and
but just
scary.
believe me when I tell you it was scary.
Andy's face was like, yeah, and my face was like. I like doing just prolonged screams.
Yeah, it was
Like
quite
super
cathartic
long,
actually. just getting to-
maintained screams.
Well, one thing we do have footage of right at the very end of the experience. You take off your headphones you're wearing, you give back your torch, and they're
Oh
like,
yeah. They're like,
everyone-
oh, well done, good job,
Yeah.
everyone, well done. You
if you
didn't
could
get
just
got.
put your headset in the
headphones in the
lockers.
locker, and you'll
So
be
there was-
on your way.
There was a locker that was already open, so I put my headset in there, and there was a locker further along that was closed, and Jane went to
Jane's
put...
like, I don't need to wait in line to access a locker. I'll just open this. Oh no, there's a live clown in it with fangy teeth.
There was a live clown.
There was a live clown in it.
we had a
going,
live
"Ah!"
clown situation.
And I screamed and I slammed the locker shut.
And killing the clown. I fell upon the clown.
That clown is dead now.
Yeah, it was...
Oh, but would you like some comments?
Oh yes, I would, please.
Larry Copes on Instagram says, wouldn't celebrate too soon. Pennywise is patient and can still get you when you least expect it. What if it's never ended? What if it never ended, Andy? What if the experience is still happening now?
Yeah. I mean, during that experience, that's the time when I most expected it. Whereas now, I mean, now would
now
be...
at least it's behind the sofa, isn't it?
No, it's fine.
Okay,
Clown
no,
check.
we expected that a little bit. It'll
Yeah.
be in 6 or 7 years.
It's 27 years in the movie. Every 27 years
so
he
in
turns up.
27 years, no, because then you'll be expecting it again.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be like 14 years
Oh,
because
no.
then you won't be
Yeah,
expecting
exactly
it.
14
And
years.
he'll be like, Blair, and you'll be like, what's this about? And he'll be like, Blair, remember that experience you
Yeah.
did? It never ended.
Man, I recently rewatched the original It.
Yes.
Not It Part 2.
Not the original It, but the
Yeah,
remake.
sorry, the
of it,
remake It, the one that came out a couple of years ago.
Yes.
And like, there's lots of instances where Pennywise is in the background, just like throughout the
Really?
movie. Yeah, it's really spooky.
I think it'd be easy to spot a clown in the background
You
of a
would,
shot.
but sometimes it's like someone, but it's clearly Pennywise in the body of someone else. Like there's a bit where the kid's in the library and he's like looking through books, and there's an old lady in the background who's just got this insanely wide grin on her face, and you don't notice it at all. But like you watch it back, and there's just this grinning old woman in the background.
I didn't. I only watched it once, so
There's a
I
bit of-
guess I need to revisit that.
There's a bit where they're sitting in an alleyway, and between shots, a graffiti of Pennywise appears over one of their shoulders, and it's full of stuff like that, which
cool.
I really like.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right, I should go back to and rewatch that before I see It Chapter 2.
Yes.
Another comment?
Yes.
Eric Failer says, don't be afraid. In Chapter 1, it usually came when one of them was already afraid. Be angry or indifferent or just get outside of Derry. Being too happy seemed to attract it too. So the secret is, don't be afraid.
Okay.
Don't
of
be
the terror clown.
Don't be happy either.
Okay. But angry or indifferent?
Angry or indifferent.
I'm usually angry or indifferent.
That's Andy's two moods.
My two moods.
Angry
Yeah.
and then indifferent. So that's Andy. You're safe. You're clown-proof.
Yeah.
Also,
Come
you're
at
not
me.
even in Derry, so.
Yeah, yeah. It's in Maine, I assume.
Can Pennywise travel? How far? What's his range? What's his
True.
radius?
He's not going to fly commercial, is he? He's going to get over here
You can
on.
probably get in through the sewers. Probably come up through the
I
toilets.
don't think there's a sewer between here and America.
The ocean is the nature's sewer, Andy.
And then he'll just walk along there. Do you remember when we saw It Follows and we were trying to work out like how you would avoid the thing in It Follows?
Oh, sorry, It Follows, right, which is a completely different horror film.
Yeah, no,
with
but
a
I'm
similar name.
talking about a different thing. But yeah,
Right,
do you
right,
remember
right.
the movie It Follows, where
Yes.
there's like an invisible monster?
And it
that
gets you
just-
by like walking at you.
Yeah, it's like walking pace, and it just walks
Okay.
towards you.
And how
You're
you
like,
avoid it?
You could like fly to Australia, and then like live in Australia for 6 months, and it would take it 6 months to walk to Australia.
Oh, way longer than that.
And
You
then-
can't walk to Australia in
yeah,
6
it would
months.
just go along the
bottom.
bottom. Yeah, it'd probably
Even
take
the
about that.
distance involved.
Yeah, I reckon you could. I mean, I'd have to.
All right, we
figure it
need
out.
to do some. We'll
Yeah.
come back to you with the science on how you can get away from a walking pace monster.
Yeah, but you basically have to do a
live 6
a flight
months in
every 6
Australia.
months. Yeah, and you'd
And
be
then
alright.
in the UK.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, if we do something like that, we can stay one step ahead of Pennywise.
Finally, Paul on a Thing says, this is why you bring small children with you. You can toss them ahead of you to spring traps or toss them behind you to delay the monster.
Sounds like you use several.
That's what we forgot.
Yeah.
Just
Small
like
children.
a bandolier of small children.
Just like
one on
hock
each
them
hip.
into a room,
Yeah.
and if like a load of clowns fall on them, then you can just run around the ensuing chaos. Or like, he's chasing us, quick, jettison a child. Boom, 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 behind you, and then. Yeah.
It's like if you're a fighter pilot and you drop flares or chaff or
Chaff
something.
behind you, yeah.
Yeah.
Children. In
And
every
then the
direction.
clown's like, ah!
Yeah. No, that's true. That's a good. I mean, he doesn't go
It's
after.
like getting away from bears, I suppose, in the woods.
He doesn't go after adults in the movie, does he? It's just kids.
Well, isn't it Chapter 2? They've all become adults.
It's true.
So
I think
he does
in
go after
the
adults.
if you've read the novel,
Yeah.
he talks about why he goes after children because their fears are easier to.
Yeah.
They're like a lot more simple. It's like,
Yeah,
oh, I'm
yeah.
afraid of
I'm
clouds.
afraid of
or
spiders.
Whereas, yeah, adults are like,
The
I'm
adults are like,
existentially afraid of the concept of death.
Yeah,
or-
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, I've got a mortgage. I'm afraid of nothing.
I'm afraid of failure. It's
Yeah.
like, all right, how do I?
Yeah.
The clown's like, all right, how do
Yeah.
I? I'm just going after kids. This is easier.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm afraid of never fulfilling my full potential or reconnecting with my remote, emotionally distant father. And Pennywise is like, no, it's hard.
Are you scared of clowns? At all? I mean, I'm already.
I mean,
clown.
kind of. I mean, sorry, man.
That is,
Not that
yeah,
scared.
that is good.
Tough to be a clown.
It is.
Tough to be a horror clown.
Tough to be a horror clown these days. So much scary stuff out there.
Aw. Pennywise.
Yeah,
What you
poor guy.
like. Oh my god, that was the worst circus of all time.
Yeah, Jane, I don't think that was a real circus.
Clowns are terrifying, turns out.
Clowns would be scary.
I want my money back. I want a refund from this circus.
I know. I've heard there's a wood nearby. They've got a thing called a Blair Witch. You
All right,
wanna
let's
and
go.
Check that out. That
Yeah,
sounds
yeah,
like a
yeah.
better time. Let's go and do that.
Well, that's another show of the week all wrapped up. Thanks for watching and have a good weekend.
Oh, it's gonna be a good weekend, Mike.
Why is that?
Well, for every 1,000 presses of the like button, Mike has agreed to buy me a coffee of my choice. Guess what kind?
I never agreed to that.
Press the like button.
I'm concerned for your health.
Keep me in coffees.
What's the lethal dose of caffeine?
It's probably fine. Not even a lethal dose of caffeine. It's not poison, it's caffeine. It's only a chemical. Chemicals are good.
Too much of any chemical is probably bad for you.
Or superpowers.
Press the like button to find out.
So have you actually seen this new director then?
Oh, is that the one behind the door with the spooky red light underneath it coming out?
Yeah, I think so.
Hasn't that always been there, though?
No, pretty sure not. I think I'd have remembered a room with a spooky red light coming out from under it.
No, I'm convinced it's been there forever.
No, I think. Are you thinking of the stationery cupboard?
No, because that's the spooky green light.
Oh, yeah, no, you're right, because there was that witch in there, wasn't there?
Right, yeah, which we
So-
never really truly got to the bottom
Yeah,
of.
no, we did.
Did we?
Yeah, we taped up the door with duct tape.
Oh, yes,
Which-
yeah. See, I thought it'd be something to do with like some arcane spell to seal the evil deep within the
It's
stationery
basically the
cupboard.
same. Arcane cell tape.
It was
over
pretty
Yeah.
powerful duct tape.
Yeah, anyway, I mean, that was dealt with, so I thought we were done. But now there's this red light and this spooky, formless director situation.
Yeah.
Look, all I'm worried about is it going to affect how long it takes my expenses to be approved? Because I have spent a lot of money on pumpkin spice lattes. Let me tell you.
You're putting those on the company, are you?
Yeah, it's important for it's a work expense.
Fair enough.
You know
fair
how long
enough.
it takes me to write scripts if I haven't had
I mean,
42 pumpkin spice
if
lattes?
it does give you superpowers, it will be money well spent.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, if that witch gets out,
Do
do you want me to have to fight an uncaffeinated Mike?
I assume you'll
No
be
one
able
wants
to
that.
hurl spectral pumpkins.
Oh,
from your
like the
hands.
Green Goblin?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. So yeah, you agree it's a business expense?
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so do you want to go and tell the new director? Because I'm not.
No, you can go.
Maybe Jane will be up for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.